What's up, y'all? A lot of y'all might not remember who I am, but welcome back to KJ's Journey, episode 2, The Return. The last time y'all seen me was on December 4th, 2022. Today is January 8th, 2025. So we're about to come up on 3 years since I posted a video. I promise it's good reason for that. Big reason for me, not posting for so long was simply I thought I was ready to come out, speak about my personal battles going through my recovery. December 4th, that was even before I had my surgery. All right, before I get into anything, I know I got some explaining to do. I left y'all on the biggest cliffhanger ever. Last thing y'all seen was... But on November 4th, 2022, that's when everything changed. Yeah, November 4th, 2022, that's when everything changed. So, let's talk about what happened on November 4th, 2022. Senior night, game to go to the playoffs, right? This game we need to win to go to the playoffs. I thought we was gonna be able to do it. I remember it just like it was yesterday. I'm lining up on defense. I play safety, so I'm lining up at safety, and got a pretty tall receiver on me. So I say, I'm gonna play catch coverage. If y'all know what catch is, let me know down in the comments what y'all think catch coverage is. But I'm at about like 5 yards, right? He runs. I see what type of vertical stem he's giving me. He's giving me a fade, right? I understand that he's giving me a go ball. So I'm playing my catch technique. He gets in my cushion. I jam him. And as I get to turn and run, on that about third step, everything I lost control. I fell and I looked down and I see that my knee is facing a whole completely different way than what it should be. I had so much adrenaline running, and first thing I see, because I'm lined up on the opposing sideline, so I'm lined up on Jones County sideline, and I see ain't nobody coming out to get me. I know something's wrong, right? Obviously. I see nobody's coming out to get me, and the pain was unbearable. And I see what the direction my leg is facing, and I know that's not right. So I see nobody's coming to get me. I simply just turn on my side and pop my knee back in place with no help. Pop it back in place. That's when everything kicked in. Like, oh man, this isn't right. Me at that point in time, I had so much adrenaline running. I was about to get back up. I'm about to sit up, but that's when everybody came to me like, no, get down. And I'm like, yeah, this can't be good. That's when I had to leave the game on the stretcher. Had to go to the hospital, and eventually had to wait and see what the results were. But I ended up tearing my ACL, my LCL, strained my PCL, and tore my bicep femoris, which is my hamstring. A very extensive injury, and an injury that a lot of people thought I wasn't gonna be able to come back from. An injury that a lot of doctors was like, we ain't really seen this before. But a special thanks to Dr. Perkins, a special thanks to these guys right here, Team Rehab. I was able to prove those people wrong. Going from having D1 offers to play at the next level for football and baseball to getting injured and those offers being pulled, it kind of plays a mental game with you. And I was in my own mental headspace where I didn't really know if this is something I wanted to continue. But I seen the support that I was getting, and I seen the feedback that I got from you guys. It's like I knew I had to come back at some point. I knew I had to. You know, people keep asking me, where's episode 2? Where's episode 2? And I feel like I wanted to, but I just wasn't ready yet. But I feel like, you know, I done matured spiritually and mentally, emotionally, to get to this point to where, you know, I'm ready to come out with my process and come out with my story, you know, and really show you all the behind the scenes of how I was able to go from having my D1 offers pulled to having no offers to getting offered by D2 in Savannah, Georgia, called Savannah State University, to play baseball and football. My ultimate dream, to play at the next level. Like I said before, this is something that a lot of people didn't think I would be able to recover from. A lot of people thought this is where my story ends. He's done, you know, ain't no way he could probably come back for something as crazy as that. Literally, my knee was going in 2 different directions. Like, people thought it was over. But with the grace of God, the grace of family, the best support system I could ever ask for, I was able to prove those people wrong. There's a lot of trials and tribulations that people didn't get to see, that I kept to myself, that I felt like I had to endure by myself, you know, taking on a lot of those battles, a lot of those obstacles that God threw in my path. I felt like I had to handle it myself, you know, and I felt like, you know, that wasn't for everybody to see. Everybody didn't need to see that. I had to get back right. I had to grind. It was another grind for me. It was another process. So I put my best foot forward. From November 4th, 2022, all the way until January 5th, 2024, which is my surgery date, I was going through an extensive prehab treatment to get back right, to lower my recovery time after surgery, and to also not lose any muscle progression that I would lose after surgery. Going through this prehab process, I was able to get back walking without crutches. Trust me, now I did have to spend time on crutches, believe me. I had to spend about a couple weeks on crutches, 4 weeks, you know. But after that surgery, I was right back to square one. And from getting those results back, I still had one goal, still had my dream of playing sports at the next level, baseball and football at the next level. I told myself I was gonna do everything in my power to make that happen. I wasn't gonna let my dream be put down by one little obstacle thrown in my road. So I kept pushing. I kept pushing and I kept pushing. I am a living testimony to that you can do whatever you put your mind to. God has showed me a lot of things on my journey from day one to today. You know, the journey's never over with. It's only gonna keep going. It's only gonna get harder. More obstacles thrown in your way, more things thrown that you didn't expect. But keeping God first is the only reason I'm here to talk about this today. So with that being said, with KJ's journey, I'm gonna let y'all in on a little behind the scenes on my work ethic and my process on how I was able to get back healthy, back able to get cleared, back able to play ball from day one all the way until today. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Y'all stick with me through these next couple videos. I promise I'm coming with content. All right, I'm being consistent, and this journey is gonna keep on going, and we're gonna keep on growing. All right, I love y'all. God loves y'all more.